Okay, Dara, first thing I want to say is I think this is your first post on your blog. Can you change the name of this to your welcome post and trailer planning? I'd like you just to state your name here, saying, what you're doing. You're making a film trailer, poster, and magazine cover for the thriller genre. And then you can keep this underneath talking about that. Um, you then go straight into some posts on magazines. Can you call this a magazine cover analysis? Um, and then you have your post here on your storyline. I'm not sure if you can reorder this blog. Can you try and go back and see if you can change the dates? Because your research and your kind of planning are all kind of all intertwined, and I'm losing the sense of journey. And that's a shame because you've got some really good stuff on here. Um, Again, you've got your trailer plan and your magazine plan really before you do a huge amount of magazine cover or film poster analysis because it's here. On these two brainstorms here, there's a huge amount of information, but I think you just benefit from underneath doing a quick summary of what it is you've learned. So, what are the key things you've learned about a trailer for your trailer moving forward? What are the key things you're going to apply about magazine cover to your trailer, your cover moving forward? What are the key things you've learned about mise-en-scène when you're going to be finishing and completing mise-en-scène moving forward? And how are you going to take these codes and conventions of a magazine cover moving forward? It's just a little summary under each post. I'm not sure about this. It sounds like you've made a trailer before and you're making it again. I think we need to have a chat about whether you need this post because I can't hear it very well and I don't think it's adding too much to your blog. If this is your storyboard, can you please explain that and say why you've made a storyboard? Okay, I think the analysis of the trailer, the town, is really good. You go into so much detail, well done. Same with Saw. You need to be careful and listen to some of your screencast-o-matics because some of them are really difficult to hear. It might be worthwhile checking your volume settings. I really struggled with some of them. This is good, talking us through what it is you're doing and why. Again, I don't think this post necessarily needs to be here. I think we should have a chat about that. Your Enigma post, that's fine. Just do a summary again. What have you learned about Enigma? You talk about Enigma and all the films you've looked at, but why? What have you learned about it, and how are you going to apply that to your trailer? Some good posts here on your storyboard. Here you've got the locations. Can you just tell me exactly why you're filming this location? How does it fit your character? What's going to happen in these scenes and why is that important? Got your film in here. I really like this BBC age classification. But I don't know if you realise this is much more of a target audience post. So can you change the name of this because it's actually target audience for Loyalty Lies. It's not about the BBC, so please go back and change that. I like this about your casting and in terms of your costume, and I like the sense of the diary of what you're filming. Okay, just going through these posts here. I think this is very similar to a post you must have done for your AS coursework. I know that you've changed it, but can you go back and change the description under the Prezi? Because it talks about your your film opening that you made last year. I know the Prezi itself is about this year, and I really like it. I think it shows really good focus on target audience, but you do need to change that. This video is private, so I can't see it. This video is good. I like the part that you've done on sound. Again, what lots of your posts need is just this final little sentence about linking to how it's inspired you. So you talk in great depth about the different sounds of the films. But at the end, you don't just say, so what I have learned is I am going to take this forward. This is what I'm going to do in my trailer. So you can put this little summary underneath here. Again, I like this idea of the film openings. Now, you have 3 film opening analyses here. I think you need to remove these. I've got a feeling they might be from last year. If they're not, have a conversation with me and talk to me about that, because the problem is if they're from last year, then you're looking at very different codes and conventions from a film opening to a film trailer. and it's going to confuse the exam board to why you've got that information on here if you're not linking it directly to trailer. So I'd rather play it safe and get rid of them and keep all the good research you've got otherwise. Okay, again, I've just had a quick look at some of this. So this appears to be analysis of a film opening again, and then you've got another film opening, and then you've got your analysis of your trailers. Again, let's have a conversation about this because I'm not sure exactly what it's adding to the blog. Okay, again, Odera, I've just watched this post, and this is actually from your film opening. So this is from your AS coursework. You need to delete that post. This is fine, but again, you need to explain what it is you've learned and why you're using that. Your props in your film trailer video is fine. Now, this film title development, it starts off and I can hear it fine, but towards the end there's a really, really loud noise. I think you're going to have to redo this post. Can I just suggest when you're doing these pieces to camera, you make sure you're quite close to the camera because some of your posts are really quite difficult to hear. You've got your production rules here, which is fine. Quite happy with that moving forward. And we've got some pictures of you editing. Again, great, brilliant, showing all of this in progress. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, I think we need to have a conversation about this blog post. It's really, really difficult to hear. And I think you're saying some quite valuable stuff. But this is also one of the evaluation questions which we're going to address as a class. So you might end up having to redo this post, but please let's talk about it before you do any more posts like this because, like I say, I've got headphones in and I'm really struggling to hear what you're saying. Okay, I'm also just watched this one. Again, it's really difficult to hear. I can barely hear what you're saying. And also, I think you've just talked about your film trailer over a piece that you put together for your film opening because here it says opening sequence. Our audience member said on our opening sequence. I just want to remind you that the exam board will go back and look at your AS Media blog as well. They have your candidate number, they have your centre number. They will be able to go back if they think that if they're suspecting that you're recycling material from AS to A2, they will go back and check Odera and they will mark you down. So you need to go back, and a lot of these posts you're going to have to redo the voiceover because I can't hear it. You really need to listen back and make sure that you can hear it. And also, there's no point just talking about this project on slides about the last project. Again, Odera, I'm strongly suspicious. Well, I know this is from your AS coursework with your voiceover over the top. You need to go back and redo that post. I'm not prepared to submit that to the exam board. You also finally need to go back and you need to change this so it has your full name and A2 Media across the top. I kind of have mixed feelings about this blog now. I can see you put in a lot of work in elements of this, but I can also see that you've reused a lot of your AS Media coursework, which is not in line with exam regulations. So what I'd like to do is sit down with you, we'll make an appointment, we will remove the posts that are about film openings. We will think about how you can restructure and use some of the posts that you have done, so the voiceovers that you've done over your AS work, because it is valuable stuff. But I can't submit this blog to the exam board as it is at the moment, Odera. So we need to have a conversation about it. At the moment, I'm going to put this in a level 3, so I'm going to say if you remove all of the reference to the AS coursework, so all of this stuff here, keep this, keep this, keep this, this stuff is fine. A lot of this stuff you need removing, your close film analysis, and keeping a lot of this stuff is absolutely fine as well. I think you're about 12 or 13 out of 20, which is kind of a high C, low B. But if you don't remove this stuff, then I'm going to be forced to move it down a grade.